Okay, check. 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, let me know if you guys can hear me. Just doing a quick mic check. Check. Yeah, you guys can hear me, right? Okay, wonderful. Hey guys, what are you guys up to? We'll just wait for a few more seconds for people to join, and then we'll quickly begin. Yeah. Thank you, Auntie. Awesome. How's everyone doing? Happy Onam. Yes. How are all of you guys doing? We'll just wait for a few more minutes, let people join, and then we'll quickly begin. Yeah. Did you guys see the personal finance video that I put out, the Singapore wala video? How many of you all saw that? It was quite a very interesting video, actually. Something new that we were trying out to see if that we can go slightly beyond just simple stock market. Trying to see how we can optimize in mutual funds, how we can optimize in credit cards. So we're trying to do all of that as well. So yes, everything is going up one by one. So that journey is also going on quite aggressively. So that's a good sign as well, right? But first question, how many of you all are enjoying the market? Today we'll do a little bit of deep dive analysis on the market. But how many of you all are actually enjoying the market today? Or what is going on right now? How many of you all are enjoying the market? How many of you all are actually worried about the market? That is I think a much better question to ask people than anything else. Let me just share my screen, right? You guys can see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Okay, give me 1 second. Give me a sec. Got something. Yeah. How many of you all can see my screen now? Okay, this is the wrong layout. Yeah, this layout works. Awesome. So guys, obviously we are seeing the market right now, and it has been absolutely dumb, right? Because in the last 1 year, the market has not been doing anything great, to be honest. It has been absolutely flattish. It has been absolutely boring. But it's okay, because now we're moving towards a point in the market where we're moving a lot towards buying quality picks and value, and the time for momentum is basically over. But there are still a lot of very good companies that are doing well, and I've been very vocal about some of the sectors. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been very vocal about some sectors like auto ancillary, hospitals, little defensible sectors. So things like that are actually doing quite well right now. So I know even in this boring market, we have been doing well internally as well. Now, coming to the second point, biggest thing that everyone wants to talk about, two things that have happened in the last few days, right? One is the massive GST cut, and the second one is that aggressive Donald Trump stance that came out. How many of you all saw what Donald Trump is doing? It's like he gets up one day with some problem, then he says, India, you are very bad, I don't like you, and then next day is like, Modi is my friend, we are all friends, and hum saath hai type of vibes. And then again he gets up another day and starts shouting at PM Modi, and then again you know what he did right now? For all the people who don't know, who might have just seen the news right now, he's actually started blaming Europe, saying that why is Europe taking oil from Russia? Abhi Europe, and I literally put a tweet today itself saying, somebody please distract Donald Trump, move him away from India. Pukatka is coming against India for no reason. Now he's saying Europe is the bad boy because Europe is doing this, and basically he's got little angry because Europe put a big fine on Google, a few $1 billion of fine for antitrust issues on Google Chrome. So now he's like, you're also buying oil, so aapko bhi marenge. Matlab, I don't know who's made him the principal of the world, that you should not do this, you should do this, aap aisa mat karo, aap wo karo. So that is a very weird thing that we are looking at right now. But again, it seems very confused. It seems very confusing from that end. And when he saw that we suddenly aligned from a geopolitical standpoint with China, which is, by the way, not very great in the long term. In the short term, I mean, we have to protect ourselves, but in the long term, I don't think it's a very great sign, because obviously us and China are pretty much the same, right? We are competing for the same things. Obviously, they're far advanced in a lot of things, but we are competing to become pretty much the same thing, right? We also want to export. They're already exporting and all of that. So taco is definitely being taco itself, Trump being Trump. But we, I don't know, it's very weird. Second thing, how many of you all actually know the real story why why Donald Trump is very angry with India buying Russian oil. Do you know the real story of it? Do you want me to go into a little story mode and actually tell you the real reason why Trump is so angry with this Russian oil? Because you must be thinking, right, कि इतना क्या गुनाह किया हम लोग ने कि Russian oil is such a bad thing, and we are taking it, so it should not be a good thing and all of that. Have you ever thought about it, or would you like to know about it? So let me tell you a very nice story which all started actually back in 2022. Okay, so let me just go back into this mode. By the way, guys, I think you guys know that we're now powered by Grow. So this is a way where we can start giving out much better content for all of you guys. And all of this helps me build my team. And because I built my team in such a beautiful way, I can come out and give you such amazing reports and research as well. So let me explain the story of the Russian crude oil saga and why India is doing very well with that and why US is not happy. No, it's not dollarization. It's not de-dollarization. It's not Nobel Prize. It is actually not even what you think. It all goes back to 2022. Do you guys remember there was a deal that was going to happen in 2022 between Saudi Arabia and India? There was a deal called the Reliance Aramco deal. I don't know how many of you know this, but there was a deal that was going to happen between Aramco and India, Aramco and Reliance, and they were going to acquire. For example, let me just show you. This was here. That's Reliance and Saudi had a deal where Aramco would acquire 20% of stake. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. Let me share my screen again. Yeah, so Reliance and Saudi had a deal where Aramco would acquire 20% stake in Reliance in the O2 chemical business for about $15 billion. This was there back in 2021, but it did not happen. It actually got collapsed. And from here is where the whole saga actually began. Because when the deal actually went away, we at the same time, somewhere around 2021 to 22, there was a problem with Russia and that Ukraine war was going on. Sanctions were on Russia and all of that. And Russia, to safeguard their economy and to keep the economy going, they had to sell oil. And at the same time, if you remember, Europe came and said, we will be putting sanctions on Russia and we will not be taking oil and all of that, which is obviously bullshit because you need the oil. And that is when Russian crude oil started flowing into India, and India started taking a huge advantage of that. And India said, okay, let's do one thing. In Aramco, obviously, the deal did not go through, but in 2022, we started buying aggressive Russian oil, and we were getting it almost $6 to $12 cheaper per barrel compared to your Saudi counterparts. And obviously, Russia at that point was also not doing well, so they were dumping it at very cheap rates to all of us. Now, most of that oil used to come to India and used to come to Reliance. Okay, not just Reliance, there were 3-4 other companies, but most of it also came to Reliance. Now, Reliance before 2022 had only 5 to 10% of crude oil coming into Reliance, right? After 2022, almost 30 to 50% of the crude oil that comes into Reliance is from Russia. Now, what we do at Jamnagar. So at Jamnagar, Reliance basically converts this crude oil into usable oil, and then they start exporting it basically into Europe and other regions, right? Now, obviously, we started selling it to Europe. Now, that's not a bad thing because we had the best cost economics, because we had crude oil. We had the biggest Jamnagar refinery that could actually make the entire final product. So we could sell it at a very attractive rate, and we started selling it there. Now, you guys know very well when it comes to macroeconomics and when it comes to geopolitics like this, when one country wins, there is always another country that loses. Do you know which country lost at this point? Imagine India is now selling a lot of oil to the world, right? When India starts selling a lot of finished refined oil, we're not producing, we're just converting it and selling it ahead. There is one country that is not happy with this. Can you guess which country that is? And that country is not USA. Weirdly, right? That country is not USA. That country was actually the Saudi Arabia country, right? Saudi Arabia, obviously UAE, that entire nation was definitely not happy with the fact that we started selling, the oil to all these other nations, right? And if you saw some time ago, there was the Donald Trump went to Saudi Arabia, met the prince over there. They had a very big deal, huge amount of deal where they would invest billions of dollars into USA. And then immediately after that, all this Russian oil saga started coming in. A weird pressure started coming in. And I don't know if you guys know this, but even when there was a problem with Pakistan at one point, the the Saudi Arabia actually gave them $2 billion loan to actually help them out here as well. So this is where the problem started coming. So it's not just USA that is unhappy; it was also the Saudi Arabia and the those nations were also slightly unhappy that India is selling a lot of oil to all of these nations. But for India, this was definitely good. Why? Because we made a lot of money. It was HPCL, BPCL, IOC, and Reliance, and I think we made approximately $11 billion that came into our country's bank account. $11 billion that came into our account. Almost $11 billion is how much? Very, very big amount, right? So that is something that actually came into our economy, which actually helped our GDP and a lot of other things as well. Now, yes, some people call it opportunistic. Some people call it being, unfair. But honestly, in all honesty, the whole Russia sanctions came because of the Russia-Ukraine war, and the whole thing also was a big geopolitical situation. Now, there is a lot of versions on this. Who's right? Who's wrong? You might have a different take. I might have a different take. But honestly, our take does not honestly matter. Like both of our takes in this world does not matter at all. We are very small people in this bigger game of things. But we took advantage of it. India took advantage of it, and India actually won because of that advantage, and we made a lot of money in that process. And that is why when now Donald Trump is saying that India should stop exporting oil and rather we should buy crude oil from US and all of that. Obviously, we're not going to buy crude oil from them. But that is where this whole standoff is basically happening, and even Europe is now in the crosshairs of US. So US is basically weirdly doing this thing where they're isolating themselves and ensuring that the other countries unite as well. So that is the second weird problem that we're also seeing. Another big issue that we're also seeing with US is their economy is not doing great because the debt payments are coming in. For the first time, central banks across the world have started accumulating gold versus dollar as their federal reserve. And do you know why India is not saying yes to the BRICS currency? Have you ever thought about this? That whenever this topic of BRICS currency comes, India says, no, we are not doing the BRICS currency. Because whether you like it or not, in India, we did not build a very big gold stockpile. In fact, we built a very big USD stockpile, right? So our foreign reserve is very heavy on USD. Now, if we do BRICS and USD loses all its value, then we will invariably lose all the value in our foreign reserves. So we have also now started buying gold. A lot of central banks have started buying gold. In fact, Poland today has started buying gold. And these are some things that I keep looking at as well from a macroeconomic standpoint, right? Like I have a tracker that I look at. I keep a track of all of these international macro stuff as well. Let me just show you. For example, I look at what is happening with the dollar index. Okay, I look at US oil barrel rates, the crude oil barrel rates, and how it's moving. I look at gold, which is just flying to north north of God knows where. So gold is also doing really well right now. I keep a track on silver. I keep a track on coffee contracts. I look at the USD 30-year bond rate, which was very, very, very close to the 5 wala mark. And whenever it comes here, it becomes dangerous. And now there's going to be aggressive rate cuts, which again, people are saying it's not a good thing. In fact, rate cut should be a good thing. But weirdly, this time, the rate cut is not a good thing, right? And we are also now very close to the $4 trillion economy mark. I mean, we've crossed it, obviously, but we are also very close to, we started our next journey as well. This is the Brazil market, because Brazil market is also another very strong emerging market. So India comes under emerging market. Brazil is also a very strong emerging market, right? Bitcoin also is there. And then obviously our amazing indexes, which is Nifty mid cap, Nifty small cap, and the Nasdaq index as well. So these are some things that we have to also keep tracking. And obviously we look at GST, right? That has come out right now. GST, in my opinion, I don't know how many of you all saw it. Did you guys see the GST rules that came out? How many of you all saw the GST rules? How many of you all saw all the GST rules that came out? Did you guys have a look at it? Yes or no? Yeah. What did you guys think about the GST rules? I want to actually take some good idea from you guys. I want to get your take as well. What did you guys think of the GST rules? Let me know. Okay. I know most of you guys saw it, but what do you guys think about it? And don't be political about it. Okay. Let's not be political about it. पहले करना चाहिए था, अभी नहीं किया, वो टाइम पे करना चाहिए था, अभी थोड़ा लेट हो गया, वो सब छोड़ दो. Just from a analyst standpoint, what did you guys think about the GST changes that came out, right? So that is something that I want to know. So I'll tell you my take. Went through the whole GST press release, not just the photo that was circulating around social media. There is a massive press release that was given by them, and we have to go through each and every point over there. I really liked it, honestly, right? Why I liked it? Because first time I felt that this GST was very, very balanced, right? Very balanced in a way where it did give relief to the lower income group and it did tax the rich properly. right? In a very weird way. Now the rich people are crying, saying, you don't want us to be rich, and all of that is also going on in our economy, that amir bani nahi sakte hamara desh mein, and all of that. But that's a secondary agenda that people have. But honestly, I feel that the GST cuts were absolutely good, because if you look at each and everything that was reduced, mainly I'm happy that the insurance, medical insurance and health insurance got reduced, because even I have a very big amount that we keep paying every time. But I really enjoyed the GST boost. Now, also for a lot of people to understand that this GST boost that has happened, it has to revive the economy. Now I'll tell you why. We spoke about this in the previous lives as well, that we have tried everything to make the economy do well. We increased the tax rate, tax slab to 12 lakhs. We have done everything right. We've injected money into the system, RBI liquidity, OMO. The banking rules have been eased for lending, so the banks are saying lend. But private companies are not doing any capex. They are not taking loans from the bank, mainly because they're scared and worried about the global situation, the macroeconomic situation that is there. In fact, I recently saw a video from who's that guy? Some guy in US who was saying that India has to come and say sorry to US, and or else we will hit their IT segment and all of that. So a lot of uncertainty is there in the macroeconomic things, and this has to work for the Indian government, right? The GST cuts has to work, because if the GST cut doesn't work and doesn't revive the economy, what else will? That is the biggest what do you call that, brain khujane ka wala part, right? If GST cuts doesn't work, chalo STT LTCG also we will cut after this, right? Because that's the only thing left, कि आप long term capital gains कम करो, STCG कम करो, STT कम करो, and you don't have to do it for 4 years, right? You do it for 2 years, let all the money come, then we'll change it again after a point. So that is basically how it works, right? Now when this GST cut has happened, obviously the government of India loses money, right? It is, if we are winning, somebody is losing, right? So the government of India loses money, but we save a lot more. But then if the government of India is losing money and we don't spend also, then that is going to become a big problem, because the government of India is also expecting that Indians will now spend more. So the volume will actually cover up for the loss in the exchequer's account. Right? Obviously, with this gold trading, oil trading, we're doing very well, but the consumption has to start getting boosted, and that is something that people are looking out for. In fact, there is another problem that is happening around the corner, and I don't know how many of you all here are from the real estate industry, but this is some news. Some small fragments are coming out in the entire market. I don't know how many of you all have seen this, but apparently a lot of inventory is being unsold now, whether it's Gurgaon, Delhi, whether it's Bangalore, these places where the growth, Hyderabad as well, the three places where real estate was booming, apparently now have a lot of unsold inventory, which means that the demand is not there. And if that happens, there are a lot of these builders who have taken, what do you call that? A lot of these builders have taken a lot of these loans, and that is also going to become, and that is going to become an issue, right? So this is something that I think is also looming in the corner. And why is this all linked to the IT segment also? Is because the IT sector in India is not doing well, and most of the people in India are IT job guys who are also in that higher ticket bracket. When the IT industry people are not making a lot of money, not making good money, and they are not, because if you see TCS and all of these other companies are laying off people left, right, and center. When we see that IT companies are not doing well, you will see a reduced consumption across all of these areas as well. So that is a very big problem that is also happening in the market right now. And yes, the real estate market is also not some gold innocent people, because they have also increased and inflated the rates like no tomorrow. The brokers and the dealers have played a very dirty game with the consumers, and that needs to definitely cool down and come down as well, because everything seems so overpriced right now, and it is not possible, right? Itna buying to hai nahi ki everything is going to look at overpriced perspective. But now let's talk about what are some sectors now after GST should do well, and also let's look at some sectors that should do well, which are not related to Trump tariff. Okay, number one, telecom sector as of now is completely okay, even though Bharti Airtel, yes, is slightly on the higher end of the valuation cycle, but Bharti Airtel and other companies that are in the telecom space are completely immune to the US tariff situation. And as you know, they're constantly doing rate hikes, tariff hike, and they're doing it very slyly. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Reliance basically increased the tariffs, and they've even removed the old plan from their website. Airtel increased their tariffs also. So thoda bahut idhar udhar, as you can see, that is also happening. The second sector that is doing well is the hospital industry, and that is something that's game changing right now. because hospitals are not just hospitals anymore. A lot of new things are coming up in the hospital space, so I'm very excited there. Number three, I think auto and auto ants. So auto is doing well, as you know, and auto mein there is a big migration happening. There is a big value shift happening from ICE to EV. How many of you all currently have diesel and petrol cars and are not happy with the price of diesel and petrol? I have both. I have one diesel car and one EV car. The EV car for me right now is giving me 1 rupee average per kilometer. 1 rupee I'm spending per kilometer. It is just mind blowing and unbelievable. There is absolutely no difference of me using a diesel car or this. So diesel car I've kept for long distance. Office ke liye and internal city I've kept the EV car. It makes no difference in my life, but the amount I'm saving is again very economical, right? And this will continuously keep happening more and more and more going forward. So auto is doing well because all your cars have now become cheaper and more affordable. But auto ancillary is where the game is, right? And last few days at office also we have been trying to map out the entire ecosystem of the auto ancillary space. We've obviously found some great companies. I have taken a position in one or two companies as well, but some really interesting things are happening in those companies. And these big auto players, right, like for example your Bajaj, Maruti, Hero, TVS, they all have some favorite players in the auto ancillary space, and all these auto ancillary companies are kutti small companies, right? They're all under sub 10,000 crores, 15,000 crore market cap company. They're very small, but these guys are all catering to Bajajes and the Olas and the Aethers and EV, non-EV. All of these things are happening. It's a very big value chain. It's not a small value chain because there are so many things going around in auto hands. So again, that is doing really, really well. So auto hands was there. Let me just check my watch list once again and see what are some interesting companies. AMCs are still doing well. Yes, your Swiggy Zomato is not affected from this entire situation as well, because they have nothing to do with the US market. They are just selling biryanis to all the Indians, and Indians are looking at Donald Trump's tweet and then having biryani at 12 rupees platform fee right now. So they are completely immune to it. They don't care about it as well. But all these platform companies are doing well. So if you see Nika, they have been again going up a lot. If you've seen Policy Bazaar, they've been doing well. If you've seen Swiggy, if you've seen Zomato, if you've seen all of these companies, they're doing exceptionally well as a platform play, right? The economy levers are kicking in and the profitability is also kicking in, right? Pharma, yes, Chahat, pharma is also doing very well. In fact, some pharma, I would not say all pharma, but you know, from the last 1 year, we've been hearing about pharma tariff, but it never comes. You know, it's like that one thing that you know we want in life but we never get. Aake khatam kar do. You know, it's like that gunda who keeps scaring you ki main aunga abhi, main aunga, I'll come beat you up, but he never comes, right? So pharma tariff is something like that, which is like aayega abhi but never came, right? That's life. But anyway, so that's basically how it is, right? So hospitals, these are companies. Diagnostic chains are doing really well. Single specialty companies are doing really well. In fact, this month or next month, I will actually do a very big deep dive report. A very important company that is there. It's not great, but the company is great. The fundamental stocks and all are different, but the company is very, very interesting. So we'll look at that. What we'll do is 5 minutes. Let's quickly take some questions from the audience and understand a little bit about that as well. Okay. But for all the people who are a little worried right now with the market, people who are worried about Donald Trump, people who are worried about another new tariff coming and hitting on top of their head, I would honestly say this is a time for you to double your SIPs. Start doubling down on your SIPs. Do not wait. Don't wait for the market to start going up. Ensure, in fact, you should be like, let the market be where it is for another 2-3 months so that I can increase my SIPs more. I have started doing that. I'm increasing my SIPs. I am literally almost fully invested in the market in good companies, and I'm just waiting for that switch on mode to happen, right? The minute the market switches on, क्या मजा आएगा market में, then that market will start rallying again. I just hope that the market doesn't go up fast, so that my small case comes out and then the market can go up. So then my performance also becomes very nice. But that's the name of the game, right? We're playing market cycles. So yeah, hopefully that is going to happen. Mostly the small case should come out in 2 weeks. I'll keep you updated more towards when the small case will come out. Right now it's got delayed a little bit, but 2 weeks is the new timeline that I've got. So let's see. We're trying to launch it before this month end. So that is the basic hope on that. So let's take some quick questions from the audience as well. Okay. Ola rally. Yes, Ola has been doing really well. In fact, we recently saw that Samir Arora had invested in Ola. And after Samir Arora, which is Helios Fund, invested in Ola, let me just put up the chart here. Okay. Yes, so as we can see, after Samir Arora invested in Ola, it actually went up quite aggressively. It broke the first resistance, and the second resistance is somewhere here. It will not reach that point. It's coming back for a retest, and you can see that suddenly a huge amount of volume spike has also happened in Ola. Now, what is happening in Ola is multiple triggers are coming up in Ola. It's not just one trigger. Number one, they're at their all-time low with respect to production and everything. Their cell manufacturing is ready. The founder has come and said that we're now going profitable. That is a bigger trigger because he's a very egoistic type of guy, like egoistic in a good way. Like he wants to prove to the world that let us get Ola profitable. And he's also saying that the entire capex of Ola is done. Now he doesn't need capex for the next 2 to 3 years. That means if there is no capex for the next 2 to 3 years, then pure profits can start coming in, and he can start reducing his entire basket, entire loan and all of that, right? So, and also his battery manufacturing plant has also become ready, and the margins today he's getting on his battery cells are around 60-70% margins. So basically a turnaround story is happening. Again, it's a wait and watch, but yes, Jibin, all these companies are now suddenly doing well. But it's a wait and watch because right now it's at 20,000 crore, 25,000 crore market cap. When I saw it, it was at that market cap. And the bigger companies in the space are at a very high market cap. And slowly it was a branding issue for Ola. And that's why TVS came up and took the lead. But let's see if they can actually do a quick comeback on this as well. Why commodity markets saw a drop? I don't think commodity markets saw a drop, Kush. If you look at the gold prices, they are sitting at a very comfortable, cushy zone right now. I mean, in fact, they've gone up quite high, right? And this actually scares me when people start buying so much gold. It actually gives me anxiety because I'm like, if people are buying so much gold and all countries are buying gold, it's not a good thing, right? If everyone is sitting and buying gold, matlab kuch bada hone wala hai, something big is going to happen. A big economic crisis, a big war, a big something is going to happen. And every single central bank in the world is sitting and buying gold. US allies and US non-allies are also buying gold, which is, that means it is all, as of now, it is all triggering to de-dollarization. Everything is moving towards that right now. But again, my God, US is not going to allow de-dollarization without a fight, right? There is definitely going to be a fight about it. So that is the scary part. Okay. Please do a quick deep dive on KPIT. Price has fallen. Price has fallen because of the uncertainty in IT and uncertainty in your US market as well. And Trump is also not giving any advantage over here. So if you see this, it has fallen, but it has not. It has stagnated over here at this point. It is not going. It is pretty much there only. It is not moving right now. But that's also because the entire IT index is not moving right now. But from a long-term standpoint, I don't see any problem with KPIT. It takes some time. There is some pain. But the pain will be, I mean, every industry will have pain, right? There will be cycles of good, cycles of bad. And right now, KPIT as a company is not doing bad, but the sector is actually not is taking a hit also because of a lot of macroeconomic situations as well, right? So these type of things are also happening. Also, for all the people who don't know, let me just show you this as well. Give me one sec. I'm just... Yeah, I think this, many people don't know about this, but so recently the entire team, our entire team actually went, when I was in Singapore chilling and celebrating my birthday, my team actually went to Semicon India 2025. I think you guys have heard of Semicon India, right? So my team actually went to Semicon India and we did a deep dive of all the companies there. We met Keynes, we met Polycab, we also did PowerGen. So Semicon and PowerGen was happening in Delhi, so the team flew there, met a lot of companies, deep dive and started understanding a lot of information about these companies, and we've been sharing all of that information there in the community as well. So a lot of interesting things are going on in the market. So our job is now to like get as much information as possible about all these companies, and obviously make a very nice thesis on this as well. And that if we make a good thesis, then definitely we can make good returns on this over time. So that is basically what it is. Okay, awesome. Let's take one last question. Yeah, I know the markets might be boring right now. I mean, for you guys, it's very boring. For me, it's the most exciting time right now because I'm getting so many companies at very attractive rates. In fact, the whole market has fallen and I'm deploying. I'm like, I need more, I need to deploy more. Like I'm getting FOMO of not deploying more. And I'm just waiting. I know this is just a cycle and the market will turn the cycle around. And eventually we'll start going back up into a very beautiful zone. So I'm absolutely not worried about anything right now. Okay. Cool. Any other question? Yeah, what is this? Bro, what's your view on long-term compounder? Which should we buy? I can't give you that suggestion, Chirag, about long-term compounders, but you know what some of the long. If you're in the community, I've given you so many long-term compounders. Just last week, we spoke about a medical device company that is looking very attractive. Look at that also. That has been a long-term compounder, has been growing at around 20-25% CAGR in the last 10 years. They have been doing very well. Right now, it has finally come down to a very good P ratio, a comfortable P ratio. Now they've entered into the kidney renal space. So good. I've given you all the information, and you're a community member since 11 months. Just go and search, little bit scroll down, you will see the medical device company. That's a great company, right? So do your research on that as well. Okay, awesome. Awesome, guys. So don't take stress, don't worry too much. Don't take stress, don't worry too much. Hota rehta hai ye sab cheez. And I'll keep you guys updated as well. So by the way, this month we have a lot of videos coming across. So let me again explain some of the videos that will come out. We're going to have a mix of personal finance, stock market, and others. Okay, so we're going to have 3 types of videos coming out this month, because I don't want to only keep doing stock market videos for you guys. So we're doing mid cap, top 2 mid cap, top 2 large cap mutual funds. We did small cap, which people really liked, and I'm going to do 2 mid cap and 2 small cap as well. Then we'll do the what is Motilal buying, what is this Parag Parekh buying, that also will come very soon. Apart from that, we will have 2 to 3 members only videos coming out this month as well. Then we are having around 6 personal finance videos that are coming out, which is little myth breaking. It is like not your traditional standpoint, or not your traditional mindset, like how you saw the Singapore video, right? Like that, more videos are coming across as well. So small things are coming across. And Shiva, yes, Shiva Sai, I am also waiting for this to come out. We are also waiting. It should take 2 weeks, man. Everything is ready. Everything is ready. So I'm also waiting for it. But till then, I think some of the community members who have joined the swing trading program, they're happy. But small case, yeah, we're all waiting for it, man. I'm also waiting. I want to do it fast because I don't want the market to go up. I want to launch it before the market goes up. But again, let's see. We can't time the cycle. On a grand scheme of things, I think we're okay. And everything is awesome. Podcast, yes, 2 more podcasts are coming out. One is a very, I like one podcast that's coming out. Very nice podcast that's coming out next week. Watch it. And if you have not watched the other podcast, you should definitely go watch the other podcast. There is a podcast by White Oak, Ashish Somaya. What a podcast, man. I think you should watch it. Almost at 100K views now. That podcast is almost at 100K views. So if you have not watched it, please go watch it. It is just superb, and it gives you the entire idea of all your market cycles, right? So that is what it is. Will there be free small cases? Wacky Penguin? Absolutely no Wacky Penguin. There will not be any free small cases. It is not possible to give free small cases also. For free small cases, there is mutual funds that charge 1%. You can definitely do mutual fund investing as well. But no, definitely not that, right? Awesome. Awesome, guys. So I will take my leave. I will see you guys next week. And if you have any more doubts or questions on investing, you can definitely download the Grow app, which is in the description below, and you can check them out as well. Okay. Awesome, guys. Take care. Don't stress. Market will be volatile. It is okay. We are okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. Chalo. Awesome, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. See you.